healthy.
I think both of us think that Atlanta could be very interesting in an open Eastern Conference this year. Drew Holiday, another Celtic that got shipped out of Boston here. Here was a two-time champ on what his expectation is with Portland.
Honestly, it's to win. I feel like that's always been the ultimate. You started playing basketball as to win, and whatever that may look like. Obviously, taking small wins is great, but winning is what we do, is what we play this game for. So if it's getting to the playoffs, if it's winning a championship, I feel like winning is the purpose and the reason why I'm here.
Love kiddos at pressers here. Mark, what direction do you think the Blazers are going?
They're trying to get in the play-in. They feel like they could do that this season because they have a really nice mix of vets and young guys now. And two guys you're going to have to watch the most this season that they want to take a jump is Scoot Henderson and Shannon. And Scoot in particular, you got Chauncey there, you got Dame there, and you got Drew there. They're expecting them to take it to a new level, and Drew's actually excited to be in Portland.
There's a lot of mentorship there for Scoot as well. Speaking of guards, let's check in on another one who was dealt this summer, the newest and the oldest.
Here we go.
Season's Clipper, Chris Paul. He was seen getting shots up in Las Vegas, fresh off of giving a new age-focused nickname for his new squad in LA. Did y'all hear this?
He said they've been calling us the unction.
Where the function? Where the function?
Put it in the highlight reel. James Harden has gone berserk.
Is this a uncle function?
It's like a function that the uncles, you expect to see the uncles at.
The uncles are pulling up to the function. Rosters aren't finalized. However, the Clippers' projected 11-man rotation will have an average age of 33.4 years on opening night. It's worth mentioning, you're wondering where that stacks up, the oldest team in NBA history weighted by playing time was the 2000-2001 Utah Jazz. That was at 32.6 years old. So those Jazz, they did win 53 games, but you remember they ran out of steam in the first round of the playoffs. Perk, with age comes experience, it comes wisdom. Aging like fine wine is a saying for a reason, but ultimately, is this going to help the Clippers to have this seasoning, let's call it, or hurt them this season when they're trying to compete in the crowded West?
6 years ago, I probably would be all in on the Clippers back when they had the term vets matter. Vets don't matter anymore because these young boys around the league, their opponents, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Houston Rockets, the Detroit Pistons, whoever. They don't give a damn. They don't respect the older guys, and they shouldn't. They're going to go at them. And again, my issue with the Clippers is not only just their health, but their age when it comes postseason time. And can a James Harden, can a Bradley Beal, can a Kawhi Leonard slide those puppies on the perimeter and get stops in an elite conference where you have so many dynamic players? Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant, Zion, SGA, the list goes on. So it's going to hurt them, in my opinion, when it comes down, when it matters the most. So I'm not in on the Clippers. The age is just too old. Vets don't matter no more.
I don't know about saying vets don't matter out loud, Perk, but I hear you a lot when you say that I'm impressed with it when it's written down on paper. But like me and you know, Perk, when you talk about going into the playoffs and making a long stretch, making sure that you guys are in a position to win late in the season, can you get those guys to all be healthy, all be on one accord toward the end? I think that's been the problem with them in the last couple of years, wherever they're at with their respective teams. But I think to have them all together and to get too excited about it when we know what it's about and being healthy and everybody, it take a little bit of luck. But now you're doing it with a guy that's 40. I can't get too excited. I'm always going to be happy to watch Chris Paul play basketball.
I will say this. I covered that Game 7 between the Clippers and the Nuggets, and where James Harden really just ran out of gas. And when you have all these older guys, they're going to make it so they don't have to play that many minutes. Like James Harden was an All-NBA player last year. He played so many minutes, and he ran out of gas in that game 7. He's not going to have to do that this year because he got Chris Paul on the team, he's got Bradley Beal on the team. I think they're old, but they're all in great shape, and they can lean on each other.
it's like sharing the sugar, I understand as far as health goes, but my concern is rhythm. And seeing a guy like James Harden, he needs the ball to get cooking.
True.
That's the James that we all know and love.
Yeah.
We want him to have
He
the
is the
ball.
system.
Exactly. So it's like with certain things like that, Chris Paul, ball dominant. When you have guys like that, not having them be able to dominate the ball scares me when it talks about being their benefit.
Hey, Aaliyah said age ain't nothing but a number. I'm more worried about them being hurt than their age.
Right.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's an interesting strategy when you look at the fact that the team that just won a championship was the youngest since the Blazers in '77. And then some top summer vacation moments. Luka is the Dykeman. Writes this one down.
Local dancing.
We're expecting him in Los Angeles in the next couple of days. Ja Morant with the crazy little self-lob here
Don't show the other one.
in China.
That's when you know you have to run into the post in the back.
And how about Blake Thompson? We have more highlights of him later,
man.
different types. But
Best summer ever.
2 straight threes here.
Goodness.
Shoot or shoot.
Clay, let me know when we going fishing on the boat.
Yeah.
Just
They'll take you out.
let's revisit ESPN.com's post-free agency power rankings, right? Here's the teams maybe, we've seen some great moments this summer, but these are the teams that our experts say had the bottom 5 summers here. The Pelicans coming in at 26, the Hornets, the Nets, the Wizards, and the Utah Jazz. After New Orleans went 21-61 last season, ESPN Bet Sportsbook has the Pelicans win total at 30.5 this season. So we have 2 people on our panel who feel very strongly about one of these bottom 5 teams. One panelist, in fact, had a 27-minute solo monologue.
27 minutes?
Yeah, 27 minutes, no commercial breaks. That would be one, Mr. Kendrick Perkins. What direction, sir, are the Pelicans going?
Goodness.
Cling.
They're trending upwards. I could see them mimicking what the Detroit Pistons did last season. A lot of people been critical of the Pelicans, whether it was because of the draft and they traded away next year's pick. But this roster is loaded with talent. Derek Queen, I know he's going to be coming back off an injury. Probably won't see him probably till mid-season, but he's going to be special. The kid fears that they drafted, he's elite. And again, they have elite wings on the perimeter that can play both ways. Derek Queen just might be the most skilled player to come out of this draft. Zion Williamson, we heard the stories about him this offseason. He cleaned house. I talked to his agent, the great Duffy, and he told me that Zion is on the right path and he's on Zion heels like a pair of church socks to make sure that he goes in the right direction and do what he needs to do to be available and play high-level basketball. I'm all in with the Pelicans.
You know who else is on Zion Hill? Joe Dumars. It's not every day in Summer League that you see a GM sitting next to a star player during an entire game. And from what I'm hearing from Joe, he's been really, really impressed with Zion. When Zion plays, and I know people are going to say that when he plays, they win. They're a problem when he plays. Trey is a problem from outside. Irv is one of the best defenders in the league. DeJounte Murray, when he comes back, the Pelicans will be a problem, and I think 26 is really disrespectful.
Look, I'm really high on Trey Murphy. I'm really high on Herb Jones. DeJounte Murray, though, he's going to be out at least half the season, right? He tore his Achilles last January. I don't disagree that Zion, I love watching Zion play when he is out there and when he is healthy. I think that he is excellent. I'm struggling to go with you on this one, Perk, in a crowded Western Conference, seeing them being a team like maybe they're competing for the 9-10. I might be wrong. Amon, it seems like this team will go as Zion goes, and we've said that a lot the last couple of years.
Without a doubt, I think that Zion being healthy is exciting for any franchise. Like they were saying, when he does play and he is available, they do better in the winning department. I can't lie about that. But having him at that size and seeing him healthy all the time is going to be a problem. That's the same thing I'm seeing when I see the young guy, Queen. I see that same body type. It scares me when I look at the league because I look at the league now and I see that everybody is in that form of we can run, we can stay up and down the floor, but we are very, very skilled.
So you saying the New Orleans cuisine is a problem?
I love New
I resemble that.
Same.
That's why.
I don't know if this is seafood. I don't know, man.
Yay.
I'm alive.
Hey, friends, the Pelicans, though, they aren't the only team that Perk had a problem with from the ESPN Power Rankings. Surprise, surprise. There are 2 other teams in the same state that he spies something on.
I'm Kendrick Perkins, better known as Big Perk, and nothing gets past me. Freeze! Just when you thought it did get past me, there I am. I spy a problem. I spy it all. Carry the hell on. Hello, world. I know y'all used to seeing this 300-plus pound Morris chestnut, but damn it, I need a haircut. My barber flying in today. That's one problem. But I got another problem. It seems like two site entities on 2 different pages right now. Here's the first thing. ESPN Power Rankings came out. They ranked the Dallas Mavericks 13th, which I believe is too low. That's another conversation. And the Spurs 60th. Now, here's the problem that I have. You go down to the desert in Las Vegas, and all of a sudden, they have the San Antonio Spurs winning more games than the Dallas Mavericks. They have the Spurs at 43.5 and the Mavs at 40.5. I have a problem with that. I don't believe it's true. Number one, I believe that the Mavs are ranked too low on the ESPN Power Rankings. Number 2, the Mavs will win 50-plus games. Woo. When you talk about having a great mixture of vets and youth, they have that. I believe they're the 3rd best team in the Western Conference.
Whoa.
We just saw Clay. He found happiness on and off the floor. They arguably have the best front line in basketball, and Daniel Gafford, Lively, and Anthony Davis, and you throw in the sprinkle of P.J. Washington and Cooper Flag. Marshall was pretty damn good for them last year. He's back, in the pickup of D'Angelo Russell to hold it down till Kyrie Irving returns with the leadership and head coaching of Jason Kidd. They're going to be a force defensively, and I think we forget at times how special and how dominant Anthony Davis could look when he